maybe if I leave Puff Daddy, maybe I could have a car or something nice.
That's exactly what I'm saying.
Well, I don't even like Puff Daddy that much anyway, Daddy. He old. He been rolling with you since way back in the day, Daddy. I don't know. He kind of old, Daddy. He get out of breath, Daddy.
Insane.
You know what?
And that's how I think it went.
Yeah,
basically.
Probably.
Basically, I think it was something like that.
Probably so.
Because I don't think Steve really cared
No.
one way or the other.
I don't think she did either.
But Mama didn't like it. Mama wasn't down for it. And Steve was like, Mama ain't happy. I ain't going to be happy.
I bet they know something that Lori doesn't. And they probably know their daughter better than anybody. So they knew what to do to get her.
I don't think it's that deep. I think she just didn't like the fact that he was old.
Could have been that. But I think they probably just knew that he probably wasn't the right guy for her.
Probably.
Parents have that.
So
sometimes.
Yeah. But I mean, I get it. I feel kind of like Nick Cannon a little bit. You heard what Nick Cannon said about it?
No, what did he say?
He said that no shade on anybody in particular, but he felt like if his daughter grew up and married a guy his age, that he said he would feel like he failed as a father.
Yeah, absolutely.
So
absolutely.
I get that a little bit, but at the same time, not 100% because there's also this part of me that know that you can raise somebody. Because I've seen it. I've seen kids raised, quote unquote, the right way, whatever that is, like with just a lot of love, a lot of guidance,
parents,
Christian values, all that. Both parents, all that, middle class, and still. Some of them will choose. Now, granted, it's rare.
Yeah.
They harp on and emphasize those things because usually if you do those things, the child will turn out right or at least have something to come back to if they stray. However, there's always exceptions to the rule. And I know a lot of kids who were raised properly, quote unquote, and they still strayed. Big time. Got into gang culture, some of them. And you're talking about people who living in upper middle class neighborhoods where homes were near $1 million years, talking 20, 30 years ago.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying? And still would have to go to the hood to get into activity, into trouble, and would do it. You know what I mean? And going to privacy, just like you can't always put it on you. Because people do have, including juveniles, they have their own mind. And sometimes they just want to do what's wrong.
Curiosity.
And will do it. It doesn't matter how many times they've been warned and told what's right, what's wrong. And so
true.
In a situation like that, you can put it on you, but you shouldn't.
Yeah, absolutely.
So, that could be the case with anybody in any situation. Not saying that, her dating, Puff Daddy or a man that age is the equivalent of that stuff. I'm just saying that if people so-called raised correctly can go that far left,
right,
then, somebody else who's raised properly, I'm just saying, Nick Cannon may not have been to blame if his daughter does grow up and dates an old guy or something.
Right. And you won't be to blame either if Danya grows up and
Danya ain't going to do that because no.
She showing. Because I'm going to go to the hood and get Danya. She don't know me.
No, Danya's, she's.
Let me find out.
She strays obviously from there, but her
stray is not worrisome.
Right. And not only that, her will to do bad or wrong is not that strong. You know what I mean? It's like I said, whatever she gets into trouble or when I get on her one good time about something, that's generally the end of it. That's the end of it. Yeah. So I'm not worried about her.
No, me either. And I could either help her get away with a crime or get her out of trouble. So I think she'll be all right.
Yeah. All right, D. I think it's time for our question of the week now. So I don't think we're going to have a question for this week, because while we were doing the pre-recorded shows and all that, we put one out there.
And we didn't answer
that we didn't answer. So we'll answer that one next week.
Okay.
Okay. I think it's the one about
most underrated artists.
Yes. Yeah. That's basically it. That's the one we'll answer that next week.
Okay. Dang, because that's my answer I had ready. I knew it. I forgot about that.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. No, the question for this week is, who are your 3 favorite TV characters?
Oh.
Yes, 3 favorite TV characters. And, of course, there are people who didn't follow instruction. You know what's funny is Chaz suggested that we create a segment called Question of the Week Fails or something along those lines, where we kind of roast people who didn't follow the... And I'm like, you just want to be the star of that segment because you one of the main ones that don't follow the...
Oh, my God.
Like for this one, instead of naming TV characters...
They named shows.
He named actors. And then he named movie actors at that.
Oh, wow.
For the most part. And then
So are people just not reading?
I don't know what it is.
I mean, we've been doing better. You know, we've been giving rules and directions.
Doesn't matter.
And we've been giving outlines and examples of types of answers to give, just in case. Maybe we need to do something else. Maybe I'm going to start commenting.
I think it is what it is.
It is what it is?
I think so. There's always going to be...
I'm going to start roasting people. That's it. I'm done. I'm over y'all. Pay attention. Follow the rules. It's a question.
But, yeah. And so I will give him props for this, though. He and some of the others came up with their idea to... because they felt like some people wouldn't know who the characters were, which is a point because there's so many shows now.
True.
So they said that they were going to start. We should name the character and the show that they're from. So some people did that, and that it actually was helpful. So shout out, good looking out for that, Chaz. So first up, we got CC Pettison, who said Archie Bunker, Olivia Pope, and anything Wanda Sykes.
All right.
Any character Wanda Sykes plays. Damon the Weasel Standifer said Archie Bunker again, and he said All in the Family. Omar Little from The Wire.
Okay.
And Al Swearingen from Deadwood.
All right.
Deuce Lil John, shout
Shout
out nephew. He said Jax Teller. That's from Sons of Anarchy. Ragnar Lothbrok, and that's from Vikings. And Tyrion Lannister from the Game of Thrones.
Oh, well, we see what kind of shows he likes.
Those are all good ones. I could have all of those as well. Miss Gwen Turner said Heathcliff Huxtable. Yes, I know, but you can't deny the good times he gave us back in the day.
I know.
Well, you know what, though, Miss Gwen? That wasn't Heathcliff. Heathcliff hasn't done anything. That was Bill Cosby.
Yeah.
Bill Cosby did that shit.
Yeah,
not
he did.
Heathcliff.
Not Heathcliff. He's an upstanding doctor.
Yes, he
or
is.
He?
Gynecologist. Yeah.
Was he?
OBGYN. Yeah. What? 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 You didn't know? All this time? You think it's ironic, huh?
That is the most ironic thing of the entire year. Wow. Wow. The connection.
Didi's on the late freight, y'all.
Okay.
What? We all laughed about that like 5 years ago, but okay.
Wow.
Didi's all caught up now.
Sorry, y'all. My bad.
So we're still on Miss Gwen Turner, and she said Heathcliff Huxtable, Fred Sanford, and Martin, who all are actually have their characters and have the same name as their real name. Rosalind Jackson, I knew that at least 2 of hers was going to come from Scandal. And Olivia Pope, Scandal, and Rowan Eli Pope, Scandal. And Francis Underwood from House of Cards.
Okay,
I'm not familiar with that show at all.
Yeah, House of Cards, it's like a political
I'm familiar with the show. I mean, but I never watched it, never got into it.
Well, we see what kind
Kevin
of TV
Spacey.
shows Rosalind likes.
Right. That's 2 shows back to back where the lead later on became involved in a scandal, sex scandal.
Plot twist.
Heathcliff Bill Cosby, and then Kevin Spacey. Chrissy Chris says James Evans, that's from Good Times. Lucy of I Love Lucy, and George Jefferson from The Jeffersons.
Okay. See what type of shows Chris likes too, like family comedies.
Sitcoms, right.
Sitcoms.
And here's Chad Samuel Jr. with his second effort. He says Andrew Cody, Bobby Axelrod, and Franklin Saint. And I only know who Franklin Saint is. I don't know who those other two people are. And yes, Franklin Saint is from Snowfall, which is a great character.
Yes.
William J. Jackson, we see he likes all cartoons.
Uh-huh.
He's got Doria Morgan-Dofer. Morgan Dofer.
Dofer. I don't know.
Morgan Dofer. Huey Freeman and Riley Freeman. All cartoons.
All from, not all, but the last two are from Boondocks.
Right. And the first one's Daria. Okay. Tina Greenwood said Sheldon Cooper, The Big Bang Theory.
Like that.
Another Lucy Ricardo from I Love Lucy.
Yeah.
And Raymond
Reddington from The Blacklist.
From
Shout
Blacklist,
out
right.
Tina Greenwood. I'm down with them three.
Okay. Carl said Paulie Walnuts from The Sopranos. Rustin Cole, I have no idea what Rustin Cole is from. And Jimmy McNulty, and he's got What the Fuck Did I Do? That's one of McNulty's famous lines from The Wire.
Oh, I'm about to say I don't even know if I ever heard of that show.
Yeah, he's from The Wire. I could easily pick three characters from The Wire, easily. Maurice Montgomery, Momo, better known as, says John Goodman as Dan Connor from Roseanne. Tom Ellis as Lucifer on Lucifer. And Courtney Cox as Lucy Spiller on Dirt. Okay. So Easy said Mr. Nancy from American Gods, Tyrion Lannister from Game of Thrones, and Javier Pena from Narcos.
Okay.
And then Rambo says Fast and Loud, Richard Rawlings, Counting Cars.
Mm-hmm.
Sounds like a reality show.
It is kind of like a reality show.
Yeah. Danny and any of the guys on ESPN. None of these people sound like characters, dude.
Well, Fast and Loud and Danny and Richard Rawlings. Wait. Fast and Loud, Richard Rawlings. Counting Cards, Danny. Okay. So those are all like shows where they like do car stuff. Like they
But none of them are characters. They're all people.
Yeah. But I see what type of shows he likes.
Yeah. Cousin Sendo said Luis from Bob's Burgers.
Okay.
Charlie from It's Always Raining. It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia. And Mindy from The Mindy Show.
All right.
One of my favorite characters is Mindy from the
Jason
and Mindy Show. Yeah. Cousin Princess says Carrie from Sex and the City.
Yeah.
Shane from The L Word. And Brenda Lee from The Closer.
I'm glad she said sex shows.
I'm glad she said Shane from The L Word because I would have thought Shane from what do you call it? Shane from The Shield is who I would have thought of. And Raymond Bellwaster says Parker Lewis, shout out, nice reference, nice pull.
Okay.
And Goku, don't know who that is.
It's a cartoon.
Uzumaki Naruto.
I think those are both, what do you call those Japanese? Anime.
Yeah.
Goku is definitely anime.
Okay, so now we're going to bring it in here inside to Didi. What are your three favorite TV characters?
So my three favorite TV characters, I'm going to go with Sinclair James from Living Single.
Okay.
A.K.A. Queen Latifah.
No. Sinclair James was
Khadijah
Kim Coles.
James.
Okay.
Khadijah James.
Khadijah
A.K.A.
James. Okay.
Queen Latifah.
Okay.
I don't remember what her real name is, but whatever. Queen Latifah.
Dana Owens.
Oh, wow. That was not close. That's not what I was thinking. Okay. Then my second character would have to be Uncle Phil.
Okay. James Avery.
James Avery from The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air.
Okay.
And my third character would have to be Rocco from Rocco's Modern Life.
Okay. I never seen that show.
What?
Yeah, never seen that show.
It's one of those shows that were kids used to watch, but really the parents were laughing, and we were like, what y'all laughing at?
Okay. My three are, and they're not necessarily my favorite, but there are some characters I really, really like. Just because I want to